Hey guys, just from My Kid Studios, and this is going to be a community challenge for my friend DM INsomnia, aka Lee. You guys probably know him from several pages that we all may be parts of, members of rather, on Facebook. So basically, Lee and I had a conversation going, and the topic came up of painting miniatures. He stated that he would like some practice on various types of minis. I stated I don't have time to do a lot of my minis, so let's do a swap. Sure, that works. So these are the minis I'm going to be sending to you, Lee. This is the challenge. The rules are basically there are no rules other than whatever I say for some of the models. As far as the time limit, as long as I get them back sometime before December 2018. Hey, that doesn't get much easier than that. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the models. Actually, all the models, because I'm going to show them all. Alright, so the first one is a 3D printed model by Ill-Gotten Games. This is called The Chosen. Stands about 6 inches tall. Like I said, it is 3D printed. I don't know what printer was made on, what filament, anything like that. It was just something that they had available and they printed for me, and I really, really dig it. It's got an Aztec feel to it. The only thing missing on it is this plate, which goes right here. It matches on the rear. So, yeah, there's this one. It's a really cool model. I like it. It's very, very lightweight. It's lighter weight than most of the minis I have of this size. So, yeah, this is going to be something really cool. This is glued together. It does have a base, which was primed, and it came off pretty easily. The base itself is 3x3. Doesn't need to be on there, not necessarily, but I'm going to throw it in there anyway. And besides, as you can see, it's kind of warped a little bit. I did try to heat it with a heat gun, and I don't know. I did the heat gun thing and put in a vat of ice water, and it still ended up curling up. So, again, this could be just because of the type of filament that was used for it. So anyway, this is The Chosen. That's the first one. I'm going to save the big one for the end. Let's just put him right there. Alright, another 3D printed model. Hey, there went one of my lights. By Ill-Gotten Games. Now, Lee, we're about the same age, so you should recognize this from a certain Atari game. It is a moon buggy. Again, 3D printed, super, super light. There's the original color back on bottom. It was just primed. You said you wanted a challenge, so I'm challenging you with very different models. Not everything's going to be fantasy. Okay, so that's the next one. But now we are going to get into fantasy. This is the Privateer Press Gatorman from their, what's it called? It's the Hordes Unchained RPG box set. I tried my best. I wasn't satisfied with it. So I'm going to give it to you. Go crazy, man. Let this be your own. Yes, he is packing a rather large rifle there. Tons of leather sacks. And of course, his scale armor and rope. Alright, next. This is a creature my 11-year-old is very, very fond of. This creature, he has one when it was initially released in the Bones 2 line by Reaper Miniatures. The Burrowing Horror. This was one that my 11-year-old started. He has another one that he's done. But this is one he kind of got tired of doing, and I honestly have about 10 more of these. So, here you go, sir. Do what you will. Burrowing Horror. Sorry. Looks great. Love this model. This is great. Great little monster. Looks great on the table. Alright, so now here's something to really challenge you. These are 15mm miniatures. What are they miniatures of, you may ask? Well, they're not fantasy. They're not sci-fi. Well, they're kind of sci-fi. More in the horror realm. Let me see. Let me get one of my lights over here. See if it'll focus. No, he won't focus. Maybe. Whoops. I have got to get a better light set up. Okay, maybe not. There you go. Still don't know what he is? Okay, let me get his buddy out here. He's a rather large man. Very fond of saying 2 minutes. Yep, Shaun of the Dead in 15mm. Shaun and Ed. If you want to put red on him, go right ahead. That's a challenge, 15mm. Alright, let's put these away. I do apologize, folks. It's kind of late. Just got off of work. And I am super amped up because I am going to go see Star Wars The Last Awakening tomorrow at 11 p.m. with my 20 and 18-year-old sons. It is a family tradition. This is something we do every Star Wars release. I did it when I was a kid with my dad, and I'm doing it with my kids. I took them to go see the prequels when they were released, and I'm following the tradition. Alright, Lee, so this is going to be, I think is going to be a bigger challenge for you than the rest and what I've shown you. This is from, let's see if you can recognize this insignia. This is the base for it. Of course, this goes on the bottom. There's the top of the base up here. This is a Kingdom Death model. I can't remember her name, but as you see, she is multi-part. Has 2 heads, and once, well, no, I'm sorry, she has 1 head. One of these heads, I believe, is a trophy head. I could be wrong, though. But if you can see in here, there is a head right here with the long pigtails. That's the head I would like. I will try to find the name of this model on the Kingdom Death site. I honestly can't remember off the top of my head. I've had her for over a year. And yeah, my painting of flesh tones is just not up to par in my own opinion. This is one of the older models of Kingdom Death. The easiest way to tell that is right here on the chest, where the breast should be molded in. For some reason, the way that he sculpts them, the chests are always a separate piece. Not a part I really care for. I believe her breasts are right here, to be honest. And that's kind of an odd thing to say when it comes to miniatures. I don't like nudes. I really don't. It's just a personal preference. Unless I absolutely positively have no way of getting an alternate form of the model. But I prefer not to get nudes because I do have young children and I like to display my stuff. So yeah, this is Kingdom Death. You'll be getting this along with the rest. Like I said, I will send you a link to which one this is. I've got like 40 different freaking Kingdom Death survivors and I haven't painted none. Alright, so the last one, which sparked the initial conversation. Mashaf, the Great Old One. I think I pronounced that right. There goes a piece. I have all the pieces for it. This is like a mouth flap thingy that goes over here somewhere. I believe it goes right here. Anyway, so the original concept I had for this sucker was for it to have nice flesh tones. You can see I've got 2-tone flesh going right here. Did it with the airbrush. A little bit lighter right here. It's mixed. Kind of hard to see with the lights I have. It's washed out. Yeah, I was going to make it more a human flesh tone, elf flesh tone. I don't have time. I honestly don't. So here's the problem with this figure. I'm going to let you know right away. And so this comes off. This is the base. This base is horrible. And I love Reaper stuff, don't get me wrong. But no matter how many times I've tried to heat it up, boiling water, again, big old pot full of ice water, like super, super cold ice, put it back in place, it always bends up. And with the way my camera's positioned, I can't tell. Just pops in right there. and it's always going to lean forward. So, I have, and I'll be sending this with you as well, an old CD, thingy for the blank CDRs, DVDRs. Should work just like that. It fits it perfectly. You can do whatever you want with it. Glue this down. Make it happen. Another thing, I did also try to get this sucker really hot and change its position, repose it. It's not happening. This is some thick PVC material. Alright. Yeah, look at that. It's just screaming to be made nasty. So with this one, go wild. I have no color preferences whatsoever. Make it your own. Do what you will. Make it as disgusting as you'd like. Get that practice in. Now, one thing I do want to tell you, anything that has paint on it, these are Vallejo paints. So they can easily come off with some LA's Totally Awesome or Simple Green, the yellow or the green model. This will come off real easy. This one was primed with Vallejo Gray Spray-On Primer. So, again, really easy. This was rattle canned. Paint should come off pretty easily, as were with the rest of them. Alright, so I hope this is a challenge enough for you, Lee. Let me know what you think. And just for everybody watching, Lee has his own studio. I have my own studio. And there are always those who like to say, well, I've got my studio. I don't need anybody to paint my stuff. I didn't say Lee needed to paint anything. He asked for a challenge. I'm giving him that challenge. And this is a sense of community. Studios working together, people working together for a common goal. If he has stuff that he wants painted, like for instance myself, if you've seen my channel, I love mecha. If he had a mech that needed to be painted and he likes my style of painting, please feel free. Send it to me. I'll do it. We're friends. Not a problem, man. I'm more into the technical stuff. He's more into the fleshy monsters and things of this nature. Granted, I love monsters, orcs, goblins, all day, every day, 24/7. I'll paint those suckers up like you won't believe. But when it comes to stuff like this, yeah, I admit it. I'm not the greatest. It's not my forte. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Lee, let me know what you think. Posting this up, not trying to call you out. Just saying you wanted a challenge. I'm hoping this sucker right here will be the challenge and that Kingdom Death figure. Alright, everybody, have a good evening. Take it easy and enjoy Star Wars. Don't post spoilers. Don't be a dick. Later.